the needs from the customer, we might solve the problem differently, okay, wrongly. Okay, so that is what we are doing now. So you have to continue with that and identify the actual needs from the customer. Okay, second, background study. This is also very important because you are designing something. You're going to design something, and it's important for you to have a comprehensive knowledge, okay, about the product. So why we do background study is to get comprehensive information about the product that we are going to design. Okay, we have to know everything about that, about the product. Okay, now we focus on the product. And then better understanding of the product could aid the development of PDS as well also, and also the ideation process. Okay, the process of creating the idea later. Okay, how? It is easy. Be critical. Being critical means you find information as much as possible. No more question, no further question. If you have any question, you find out the answers. Okay, as comprehensive as possible. Understand, yeah? And then normally we organize the information in clusters. We can use bubble maps and anything, right? Anything. We organize the information. So the example of background study, we will like to know the historical development of that product, okay, or the architecture of the product, the functional aspect of the product, the user's behavior while using the product, the market trend, and the existing product. Okay, these all actually, yes, you can find, you can decide by yourself. Anyway, you know that you need to know what you need to know. Okay, as long as you still have a question to ask about that particular product, you keep asking until you get everything, and that is your background study. Understand, eh? Okay, in this slide, I want to focus on these two only, market trend and existing product. The rest, of course, is not that difficult. You just can search it, okay? So market trend and existing product. How do we do background study on the market trend and on the existing product? So this is our contents for today. Market analysis and product association. Okay, we start with market analysis. So in design process, it is important to determine if such a business opportunity exists for a product before investing time and money to evolve the product. Of course, we must know, is there any business opportunity? This product can make money or not? Okay. Most likely products will fail when the market analysis only skims on the surface. Okay. Like, okay, at our stage now, we might know a little about the market, okay, about the existing products. So that is on the surface. Okay, we need to go deeper and more thorough. A thorough study of the total market is required. Okay, so what is market analysis? It is a mechanism to define further the need statement and provide a space for designers to review other attempts at solving the problem. Okay, so as you can see here, define further the need statement, okay, and review other attempts to solve the similar problems. So by doing market analysis, we know market potential, market segments, and product opportunities. This is very important lah. Is there any opportunities, business opportunities for us to develop the product? Okay, And from that also, by doing market analysis also, we could get the information about cost, sales potential, industry trend, and customers' expectations. Okay, so as you know, the majority of design, product design, other development is from the existing product we develop. Okay, and by doing the market analysis means we studying all the existing products. We can learn what other have done in solving that particular problem. Okay, as you can see in this example, for sweeping the floor, what exists in the market? Okay, what people have done. Okay, we need to know that first. Okay, because we don't want to repeat things. Okay, um, we don't want to waste also our effort to develop from zero. Okay, and it is essential to remain competitive in the market. How? So for us, engineering students, market analysis requires the use of unfamiliar information sources. Okay, okay, and we need to apply some of our engineering skills. This is the soft skills that you should also have learned during your study. Okay, for example, the critical thinking, as I mentioned just now. Okay, the strategy, how to strategize, how to do analysis, and also about the time management. Okay, so before you do the market analysis, you have to identify the keywords, what you are looking for, and then plan. And remember, the market analysis process is not linear. It's always iterative. Okay, it's always iterative. It is important to know the framework within which you are working. And this is information resources. So you might, this is important, so you might want to find patterns, existing patterns. These are the website for finding patterns. You can find patterns developed by other people related to your product that you're going to design. Okay, the second one is industry information. Every product there is the SIS code. Okay, standard industrial classification code. Okay, you need to know that. Okay, and the trade associations, industry overview and statistics, this is all the information, the source for industry. The company information is the directories of the company and the corporate reports. And the market research, market information is from the market report, market share and other information and demographic information. Okay, so this is example. For example, automatic aluminum can crusher. This is the product that you're going to develop. You're going to develop an automatic aluminum can crusher, and these are the existing products. Example, there are many types, many categories, from small to heavy duty, okay, from domestic to heavy duty. And yeah, these are the clusters, the clusters of the information. For example, the products, the names, the patterns, the price, and everything. The companies, the industry, the market information, the consumer trend, and all. Okay. All right. So you don't have to present this, but you have to do your background study, including your market analysis, and later put in your report. Okay. So you have to put in your report about the background study lah, in the background study chapter, all this information that you gain. Second, product association. Okay, this is quite technical, quite technical. Product association. What is product association? Okay, these are the contents for product association. To conduct a product association is to study related products in order to understand the working principle. Okay, the working principle for that product and give us more area to explore for background research. Okay, this, for example, as you can see here in the pictures, there are three related, okay, three products that could be associated to the process of triggering. Okay, these are existing concept. So we can do product association to understand the working principle of this product to trigger. For example, the task, your task is for triggering. So these are the products that you can do for product association. Okay, where is product association in design process? First one is in the background research and second one in concept generation. Okay. So we will use the product information in these two steps. Okay. Of course, we can understand the customer needs further and we can understand the working principles of the product. We can understand the functions and the decomposition of the functions in order to understand the behavior for concept development, because later we're going to develop the concept, okay, the concept generation here. Okay, so to do this, we need to understand the functions and the decomposition of functions and sub-function. Okay, next, to understand function analysis, to do function analysis, yeah, or to understand the force flow for function decomposition. And here we normally use the method of reverse engineering. So I will show all this to you. Product association. There are two types of product association: single product association and multiple product association. Okay, for the single one, we find a product. Okay, we find a product. Okay, we go detail on specific information like how it works, what is the working principle of the machine. For example, this one, yeah, elastic. I don't know what to call this in English. Okay, so you look at this product, you try to understand your working principle of each part. Okay, for example, this one, the working principle for this one is, you know, to the user to hold the product. Okay, and this one, this give the function of stability. This control, make it stable lah. Okay, make it stable. And here is the trigger mechanism. This is the only mechanism for the triggering, but still you need the holding and stability aspect part. For multiple product association, okay, for multiple product association, you do product association on multiple products. Okay, in this example, there are three products. The objective is to understand what is the mass function for the trigger. Okay, and what is the extra function for the trigger. Okay, so we find the common and the non-common aspects within these three products. For example, all the gadgets have a trigger part. All the product, the stability is considered in every design. What is not common? The method of storing the energy. Some use the stretching of the launching rubber. Some use stretching the gadget. And some use spring. Okay. And also, what is not common? Different form of rubber bands. Yes. So there are many, you can list that. Okay, you can list that down. Next is function analysis. function of force flow analysis. Alright. Function is the logical flow. Logical flow between objects or change of state of an object caused by one or more of the flows. Okay, I show you this later by example. So this logical flow must be in terms of energy, material, and information. The logical flow, okay. And for some parts may have more than one function. For example, bicycle handle. We use that the function for bicycle handle is to steer, to exert force during cycling, and to stabilize the bicycle. And some functions also, okay, some functions in another way, some functions may be handled by many parts. This one, some parts have more function, have more than one function. And this one, some function may be handled by many parts. For example, the function of exerting force. Okay, we need the pedal, the handle, and tire. So for your product, we have to understand the function or the force flow of that particular product. So that logical flow just now that I show you, okay, the first item, okay, logical flow of energy, material, and information. So example of conversion of energy, okay, when in the product, for example, energy from electrical to mechanical, or varying energy, increasing speed or torque. Okay, and you can read this, you can refer to this. This is not all, but you can refer to this. The conversion of energy, the conversion of material, and conversion of information. The logical flow. So every product inside, within that product, there must be a flow of energy. The flow of energy must happen within the product to be able for that product to be able to do the work, the function. Understand, yeah? I'll show you an example later. Okay, this one. We call that, okay, just now is the function analysis. Okay, we do function analysis. That means we try to understand all the function occurs in the product. Okay, by referring to the logical flow of energy, of materials, and of information. And we represent it in the form of function structure. Okay, we do the function decomposition, and we present it in the form of function structure. We call this function structure. For function structure, there is one box that represent the product. Okay, and every product there must be inputs and outputs. Okay, so let's take this stapler as an example. Okay, so the biggest box here represent the whole stapler. Okay, and the functions inside. The function here could be staple papers lah. Okay, the first one. The second main function could be to remove the staples from papers. Okay, and there might be other function. There might be latent function. For example, the latent function of this product is to hold paper. Okay, we put the stapler on papers, okay, to avoid the papers to fly on. Example, that is latent function. But latent function sometimes we don't put in the function decomposition. Okay, so the first one, two staple papers. Staple papers, the first one, to staple papers. So what are the sub functions? Okay, so the inputs are staples, the bullets, staples, the papers, and the user force. User have to press, so that is also input. The output is of course the stapled papers. So what are the sub-functions here inside to make it able to do that stapling task, stapling function, yeah? So of course, if we go deeper here, we know that we have to press here, and this one will push the one layer, one slice of, will slice the staples, and then there's something here that will bend the staples, and so on. So those are the sub-functions inside here. Understand, eh? Please interrupt me if you have any question. Okay, this is an example. The function structure of a coffee maker. Okay, so this biggest box is the coffee maker. The coffee maker. And yes, the blue ones are the inputs. Okay, the inputs are user, because user has to press, yeah, press the button, your reference. You want it black, you want it with milk or sugar. Okay, how you want it. And coffee beans, of course, water, power source, milk, sugar, cup, mark container, and finally what come out is the coffee beverage. Okay, so this is the function structure. As you can see here, you have to understand this. You just refer to this chart. As you can see here, all the function statement, we call this function statement, yeah, in the purple color, in the maroon color box, start with a verb. Because we're talking about function, okay? We're talking about function, what to do. So everything here must start with verb. Allow what? Contain what? Contain what? Grant what? And so on. Okay? You have to understand this is important, yeah? Everything must start with verbs. Okay? Later, this decompose function, small function, we will use for creating our idea later. Okay? For our morphological chart mainly. Okay? You probably know already what is morphological chart. So, to identify what we're going to put in the morphological chart, the small function, okay? One way is to do this, the function structure. So you decompose the main function into this small function, okay? And this is very important. Every statement must start with a verb. Do what? To what, okay? Okay, this is another example. Function structure for a grocery cart. So for a grocery cart, the input groceries and child, the output also groceries and child. Okay, and what are the sub-functions inside? Right? Well, vending machine. Yes. Paper ink. This is vending machine. And there is no right and no wrong. Okay, you might produce this type of this function structure. Another person might create different function structure. Okay, it's but the more detailed is it, better. Okay, it will help you more. It's not really good. You have an idea how to improve. What is missing here? Just imagine that you're designing various paper vending machine, or try exist enough here. How to improve this one? Come on, quickly.
Tadi suara doktor tak dengar. Dia lagging.
There are a lot. You can improve this one. For example, oh, since when?
Yes, yes, doctor, we can hear you, but just sometimes we're lagging.
Okay lah. Nothing we can do about that. So I will share the recording later to you guys, yeah. And I hope you guys can understand. It's not there. Okay, clear the balance. I hope you hear me, guys. Okay, and here also the option of papers you can add. The option of papers. There are many types. There are Berita Harian, there are Utusan Malaysia, there are many the stars and many types of papers. So the user can choose what they want. Okay, that function also not included in this function structure. So this one is not a good example of function structure. I hope you understand this, yeah? Okay, next. Reverse engineering. Reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is a document, okay, a process that you report in the document, we call it reverse engineering. However, it is related to the product association and the function decomposition as well. Can you hear me, get me clearly or not? Okay, so I continue. The reverse engineering. Okay, so this is related to the product association. We study an existing product. We study existing product. We understand the functions, okay, by doing function analysis, by understanding the function, the force flow happening inside the product. Okay, so for the whole device, this is how to do reverse engineering. So for the whole device, we examine the major interfaces. Which one interface with human, which one interface with other object, and which one is interface with other parts in the device. Okay. Second, we disassemble the parts for more detailed study. And the third step is to examine each interface for energy, material, and information flow. Understand, eh? So, I show you example. Okay, this is the sheet, the sheet, reverse engineering sheet. Okay, so you can refer to this slide or you can find this book, the Mechanical Design Process by McGraw-Hill, and you just can refer to this slide also, no problem. Okay, this is the reverse engineering for function understanding. As you can see here, there are two parts. The first one is interfaces with other objects. The second one is flow of energy, information, and materials. Okay, you have studied, you have understand the device, you disassemble it, and you name the part, part 1 and 2. Okay, the main body and trigger, for example. So this is main body, this is trigger. Okay, so the object, the interface object is user's hand. Users hold this part. Okay, and what is happening then for that particular part 1 and part 2, main body and trigger? The user squeeze trigger to move jaw closer together and, okay, I missed this, and what? Okay, this is what happening for the energy. How about the information? The squeezing force proportional to jaw force, yes. How about the material? User's hand grips and release. The material, second, part number 8, the pad. It's not shown here. Okay, this is just example anyway. Okay, so for the pad is where the parts being clamped for this product, for this particular product. And what happened for the energy, the information, and the material. Okay, so in the second section, again, you analyze the parts. You analyze the parts. Okay, part number 1, trigger, interface, user, and what is happening lah. What is happening here about the flow of energy, information, and materials. The first one is mainly on the interface. The second one is mainly about the flow of energy, information, and materials. Okay, so that's it. That's it for today. So to conclude, we do research a background study. Anything about the product. Before you start designing your new product, you need to understand the existing ones. Okay, so you can search, you can do anything. You can also conduct your market analysis to understand the market. That is important. And another point of view is from technical